Fashion clubs. Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake. Do you ever feel okay in your current job and profession, but wonder if there's a better company that can offer more? Vision Mechanical is now hiring for journeyman plumbers and HVAC service technicians. Vision Mechanical offers top-of-the-industry wages, 100% paid health, disability, and life insurance, 401k with employee match, and paid holidays and vacation. Vision Mechanical believes in craftsmanship, teamwork, and building a better future one project at a time. Apply today or learn more at visionmechanical.net or email Ron at vmech.net. There's no place like McKinney's Irish Pub for St. Patrick's Day, so mark your calendars to join in on the fun for their 12th annual Street Festival. The party goes all weekend long, but starts on March 14th and 15th with tons of giveaways, great Irish food, and green beer. And it continues on Tuesday the 17th for actual St. Patrick's Day. Doors open for the bar at 9 a.m. on Saturday, 11 a.m. on Sunday, and 9 a.m. on Tuesday. And the street party starts at 2 p.m. all 3 days. Don't miss out on great music and great fun with no cover charge for St. Patrick's Day weekend at McKinney's Irish Pub, located at 8th and P.
You've got used to one segment of Good Takes in the morning, but now there's a full show of Good Takes at night. Welcome into Raff's Good Take on Sports on 93.7 The Ticket.
All right, welcome in Raff's Good Take on Sports. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. I am in the middle of fixing my camera, so if you're watching the stream, that's the reason why, as I'm getting this thing fixed right now. Chris Raff, while I'm doing that, how's it going on just a beautiful, at least here in Lincoln, Tuesday on March 10th?
Going pretty good. Tonight is a little less stressful. Last night, we had the storms that rolled through Alabama. Had power outage for an hour and a half. Not sure if you caught any of the show last night, but
I was getting informed from Wyman about you were sitting in the dark there for a little while.
Power went out, so we hurry up and took the Wi-Fi off Tracy's telephone, and then that was a little slow, so I called in for a little bit, and then the power came back, and then at the end of the show, I was back on the stream. So it was quite the adventure last night, but Mr. Wyman took control of things, and we made it through smooth. So it's good to be back with strong internet connection here tonight and able to communicate without this stress of, and it was really crazy last night because the storms had pretty much passed through. So I thought the power outage was, we'd accomplished everything. And then next thing I know, the power went out again right in the middle of the show. And yeah, so it was exciting. I'm loving watching you work the stream right now. This is good stuff.
I know, this feels ridiculous. I'm like doing this while we're live on air. But no, I did get through the story of you having to deal with the power outage in the storm. And shout out to you for carrying through and just sitting in the dark for a good 5 minutes there. But nonetheless, Raff, I know you sent me the notes. Tell you what, I might have to just go to early break so I can just fix this computer here real quick. So, Raff, go ahead, tee up what you want to talk about here in this first segment, and I'm going to go ahead and work on that.
I want to talk a little bit about Mr. Kent Pavelka. We've got basketball tournament coming up here on Friday, so I want to talk about Mr. Kent Pavelka and an idea that one of the Omaha sports writers had. I think it's an amazing idea. So when we come back from break, we can talk about that. All
right, all that next. Don't go anywhere. Short segment of the first segment. We'll do an extra segment for the second and third to make up for it right here on 93.7 The Ticket. This is Raff's Good Take on Sports.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill welcomes out-of-towners to Lincoln for state high school basketball and congratulates your schools on making it to the tournament. Your local bar is comfortable and you know the regulars. Find that experience at Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill, where it's a small-town feel with lots of space. Big groups are more than welcome, so come on by before or after your team plays to experience great food, great drinks, and great times, all at Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill, downtown at 10th and P. When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
The wait is over. It's Truck Month at Anderson Ford, which means big selection and even bigger savings on Ford F-150s. Like lease a 2025 Ford F-150 for only $195 per month. The truck that's built to work hard and play hard. Another reason you'll experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1008409. Previous service letter. $195 per month for 36 months, 7,500 miles per year, 8,500 with tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 3/31/26.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at PAHLincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Spring storms happen, but LES line workers are ready. While they're out in the weather, you can stay inside and still lend a hand by reporting your outage at les.com/report.
back to Raff's Good Take on Sports on 93.7 The Ticket with all the good takes you need. Here is your host, Chris Raff.
Welcome back in. Fix the cameras. Harrison runs on the ones and twos. Chris Raff streaming in from Alabama. And like I said, we'll go long on segments 2 and 3 to make up for the unfortunate ad time kind of joined together for our ticket listeners. But we got plenty of show to make up for it. Raff, I know we got our notes, but I got to point out here, and shout out to Nick Wyman, who's had an eye on this one. There is currently a player in the NBA who has 83 points right now in a basketball game, who just passed Kobe Bryant's 81 points in a single game record, who's going to be third on that list.
Who is this and what is the team?
Miami Heat. Bam Adebayo has 83 points in 42 minutes of play. Bam Adebayo.
I did not have that on my bingo board. I never had that on my bingo board for my entire life. Bam would never be that guess. I don't know a ton about NBA, but I know that Bam's not a 83-point guy until tonight. So how much time's left in the game?
I think it just wrapped up. Yep, final just happened. And he would finish with 83 points. So now the scoring records, number 1, Wilt Chamberlain. Number 2, Wilt Chamberlain with 100. Number 2 is Kobe Bryant with 81. And make room for a new number 3, Bam Adebayo takes over, because it was technically Wilt Chamberlain again with another 78-point game, but Bam Adebayo's 83 doesn't just put him above Kobe Bryant or Wilt Chamberlain, puts him above Kobe Bryant as well. So your second single game record for points is now under Bam Adebayo, the center for the Miami Heat.
So by chance, did you see his shooting statistics? I mean, is this one of those conjured up games where the team said, hey, we're going to feed you the ball the entire game? Or did he just get on a heater? And
I mean, I wish I would have watched this game. I don't know what the hell happened. How about this one? So he was 20 for 43. He did take 43 shots. 3-point line, it's not like he was on fire. He was 7 of 22 from 3. He was 36 of 43 from the free throw line.
Oh my goodness. That is crazy.
He shot 43 free throws.
Wow.
What are you doing, Wizards?
Wow, that is wild. Congratulations, Bam.
The 43 free throws is absolutely crazy. It's because, it's your point, it's not one of those nights where you're like, well, man, he just shot the ball red hot. It's like he shot it under 50% from the floor and under 33% from 3, but he had 43 free throws and he made 36 of them. So there you go.
Because sometimes, you get to the end of the year and a team's like, hey, this guy's going for a scoring title, so let's, feed him the ball and get him the scoring title or something like that. But I don't think Bam is in range of any scoring titles. So, that's wild. That's crazy. So I didn't think after Kobe scored 81 that we'd ever see 81 again. But the way, NBA is going these days and the defense that's played, I guess it's probably more possible than what we thought. So
just insane. No, nobody had that on their bingo card. Bam Adebayo. Bam Adebayo gets the 83 second all-time by shooting the ball under 50% from the floor and under 33% from 3, and not even close to perfect on the free throw line, as he goes 36 of 43. All respect to Bam. I mean, if they're not going to be able to stop you and they're just going to be hacking you left and right, definitely take it. But I'm in just utter shock right now that happened. I'm going to have to go home and go watch this on YouTube immediately, because I was a little bit on your boat. I thought that record was going to stand for not forever, but much longer than what it did. And for Bam to be the guy to break it, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild. I wonder if we'll get a commercial now. I always love the Kobe Bryant commercial with, what was it, Jalen Rose, and Jalen walks in and he keeps on referencing the 81-point game. But
yeah,
I doubt there'll be a commercial for Bam. But congratulations, that's huge. I would have never guessed that in a million years. If you said, guess all the NBA players to who you think would score 83 points, he would not have been mentioned.
Yeah, I thought about asking you to take a guess, but I was like, no one's gonna know this. No one's gonna guess like, oh, of course, Bam Adebayo, everyone's favorite to break the scoring. Right? We're like, no, he was out of all the superstars, he was like probably the last star you would bank on to be that guy because it's just not in his wheelhouse. But hey, if you're gonna be able to shoot 46 free throws, why not? So congratulations to him. Take it. Take the layup if they're gonna give it to you. And excuse me, 43 free throws, not 46. So I was giving him 3 more than he truly got there. All right, Raff, that's all I had. I had to say that because that's insanity. What just happened for the Miami Heat versus the Wizards tonight?
Yeah, that is crazy. That is crazy. But yeah, before we went to break, you know me, I'm a huge statue guy. I love statues. I love tributes to legends. I believe earlier today, Tom Chattel, or maybe it was yesterday, had mentioned something about raising a banner for Kent Pavelka at PBA with like maybe his name and a microphone. I know he's not retired. I feel, Kent, the getting's good now. I think Kent's going to be here for, a few more years at least, just because he's been waiting so long for successful Nebraska basketball. But I think that it would be a perfect time, like for maybe next year, for a banner to be raised for Kent Pavelka at PBA. We've got the retired numbers. I believe it's Teron Liu, Eric Piatkowski, and Dave Hoppin are the 3 retired numbers right now at Nebraska. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people be like, well, Kent should retire first, and then maybe we could think about something like that. But I'm always a big guy, let's give these people their roses, why their flowers, their bouquets, why they're still here and I think Kent's, given enough at the office to where something like that could be done, being that he's been calling games for, close to 50 years, if not, I think 76 might've been his first year, or he was around, calling games. But I heard that and I was like, that's a great idea. I mean, being the year that they've had so far, if they're able to, to get a cut, to somehow find a way into the Sweet 16, you raise a Sweet 16 banner, make Alumni Weekend next year a tribute, to Kent Pavelka. It was crazy after the game got over with Iowa. Bruce Chubbuck was in the arena, and Kent has, he's earned so much, the friendships and just the respect the former players have for him. He pulls Bruce Chubbuck on the microphone and talks a little bit about the game. And it's just the connections through the years. Kent posted a thing that he'd got a note from Jerry Fort, former Nebraska basketball player. He's been there for the ups and downs, from Cipriano to Mo Iba to Danny Nee, Doc Sadler, Tim Miles, Barry Collier, Fred Hoiberg. I mean, he's been around for all of it. I just think that'd be a really cool tribute for him. So if the university's listening, if Troy Dannon, I know he's he listens a lot to us. So hopefully if he's listening, maybe they could put something together for Kent Pavelka. I think it'd be a super cool, tribute to him and what he's done for Nebraska basketball. I mean, a lot of his calls this year, have went viral, and people across the nation, when people were, taking heed of the Nebraska basketball season, it was his call against Illinois. It was, it was the make room for daddy and the stuff like that. So I think it'd be a really cool tribute for him to, if it came to raising a banner, I think the time would be now for a Kent Pavelka banner at PBA.
Few things on that. Yeah, I agree. The banner for a lot of reasons. And I think the first one I'll get behind with you is like, just do it now. I don't understand why you need to wait for some of these things. Like, what's the reason for delayed gratification? If anything, the gratification is going to be less then, because you're kind of outside of what has been a magical season for Nebraska. So I'm definitely down for it. And the second part, why I'd say yes, he's obviously put his time and effort into it. But, I think here at the University of Nebraska, I went to school there, and like they pitched us on it, right? That they really take pride in the journalism part of their university, and they want to produce a lot of great students that get into the sports media, whether it's production, being an on-air talent, whatever it may be. They pride themselves in being one of those schools that has a great journalism program that you can go and learn and make great connections and do what you want to do out of it. So, we kind of did with Greg Sharp, rightfully so, and made it a really big deal and honored his legacy. And I'm I'm blanking on the name of what they call that booth now, where they're calling the games from.
Broadcast booth. Great sharp broadcast booth.
Yep. And they named it after him, which I thought was a great move, honoring his legacy. Same thing with Kent Pavelka. Like, not only has he put in a lot of the time and everything, but if we're going to take pride on having, great journalism and great broadcasters, and we offer that ability to coach people up in those degrees and professions here in Nebraska, I think it only makes sense that when we have people do it at a really high elite level with a ton of loyalty, that, we can honor those as well. And that wouldn't rub me the wrong way whatsoever if we were to decide to retire Kent Pavelka's.
Well, it's so crazy too, because I grew up with Kent Pavelka, and that's calling football games on Saturdays, because he took over for Lyle Brimser after the 83 season and caught him all the way up until after the 95 Fiesta Bowl. So basically, I grew up with Kent Pavelka. He was the voice of Nebraska football, the voice of Nebraska basketball. And it's just like, I look at all these things that he's accomplished. It's like, I think it would be cool. Raise the banner now. After games, who do a lot of the fans come up to get their pictures taken with or to say hi to? It's Kent Pavelka. Kent Pavelka is synonymous with Nebraska basketball. I have no problem with that. And I think, a tribute to him, I think it would be super cool to have him, to announce him, and to give him, those roses. I know he would never ask for that, because, Kent is locked in Nebraska basketball. I mean, he wants nothing more than a victory, but I just think it'd be a really cool thing, just if he was to be the fourth banner for men's basketball to raise for I don't want to say a retirement, but, with, his name, like Chick Hearn, for instance, for the Lakers, has got the microphone and his name. I think that would be pretty cool. Or even like if you put up a Kent Pavelka banner with, like, some of his catchphrases, a couple of his catchphrases, and then maybe a microphone or something like that. I think it'd be really cool.
I'd be uncomfortable with one of those phrases.
And it'd be so cool, to actually walk in, and like you talked about the journalism school and how the broadcasting journalism, how they're trying to promote so much. It'd be pretty cool to be a young kid walking in with your mom, your dad, your family, and have them point down there and say, you see that banner up there? That's the legend Kent Pavelka calling the game down there. I think it'd be a great promotion. I think it'd be a great tribute for him. And I think he's deserving of it. I don't think there should be a, hey, well, let's wait until he retires, until 5 years after he retires or 10 years after he retires. If you've earned it, I think you present it to him now. And I think it would be a super cool thing for Nebraska basketball. And I hope, like I said, that, the right people might be listening. And I hope, Tom Chattel, I hope it got that attention. So we shall see.
I think there's a good chance for it. It seems like Nebraska, as of late, has done a good job trying to honor those. And Kent Pavelka is certainly one of them. And man, what stinks is, like, I don't think people realized how good he was. Just because Nebraska basketball, I'll be honest, like, wasn't in a whole lot of exciting games and environments. And now that Nebraska's really put together an awesome season, you get to see Kent Pavelka at his best. And it's like, oh my goodness, this guy's great with his excitement and the way he calls games, to the point where it is got some national attention. So, I'm all there for it. The question is, what do you retire with these guys? Like a microphone, a jersey? They don't have jerseys.
Yeah, probably just a microphone. I was thinking just now too, there's a lot of sidewalk in front of PBA Arena. How about a monument park for the for like a Piatkowski statue, a Teron Lue statue, a Dave Hoppin statue, and then you have a Kent Pavelka statue sitting, usually when they make a shot, he's got the two fists over his head. Have him in that position, you're able to go up and, take your picture alongside with the statues. See, there we go.
I like that.
Monument Park in front of PBA. I mean, they got all that open area there where you could put in statues. I think, Nebraska, I think Nebraska sometimes forgets. I mean, I'm guessing you still can take tours of the football stadium. I'm not sure how they have that set up there, but man, when people come into town from out of town, they want to see, like, the history of Nebraska. So you have some statues out in front of PBA. You get your picture taken with Dave Hoppin, Eric Piatkowski, Teron Lue, the statue. I know when I went to, the Lakers, it was Staples Center then before the Crypto.com. It was like I had to take a picture, of the Shaquille O'Neal statue. I get a picture, the the Chick Hearn statue, the Magic Johnson statue. Kobe hadn't been unveiled yet, but it's just like, I think Nebraska statues, banners, stuff like that, make it so where when fans come in, you can see that stuff, because I know there's a lot of people that come in from out of town and they're like, hey, Raff, where should we go? Where should we go visit? Like I tell people all the time when they come to Lincoln, I'm like, go check out the studio. I go, DP's kind of made it into like a mini museum of Nebraska and professional and, stuff that he's purchased. And I just think you have all that sidewalk in front of PBA. If you put up, some statues, if you wanted to put it, Mortice Ivy, was it Jordan Hooper, and so much stuff that you could do with that open sidewalk space that would be when tourists come in and stuff like that. And I always talk about, when you do stuff like that, you have that little kid that comes from anywhere. And it's amazing how you see these pictures some 14, 15 years later. And they're like, well, when I got my picture taken with that inspired me I wanted to play for Nebraska. So Monument Park outside of Memorial Stadium and the horseshoe area, and a Monument Park in front of PBA. Let's get on this ASAP.
I love it. And we do have to go back. Red Captain took my idea. Didn't take it. He thought of the same idea, I should say. The way I was thinking of, like, if the statues get too expensive, you could also kind of do it like the Hollywood stars.
Yeah.
Just that's cheap, and just make it so there's more things that catch your eye and more names and more symbolism. Like, I would love to see, to your point, and if we can't do it with statues because that's expensive, okay, fair enough. But yeah, I just, I want to see that symbolism just kind of etched everywhere around those University of Lincoln buildings, and especially the arenas and Memorial Stadium, like all that concrete. You could easily do something to where, you don't have to be the Hollywood star. You could call it the Husker, whatever, slab of concrete, wherever you want to dub it, but just put something in there that, again, you just have symbolism kind of tucked away in all these unique places that if someone is out of state to visit, you just have things that catch your eye. Because I think you mentioned it. Like, if you go down to Alabama, you're going to see that symbolism everywhere.
Yep.
Like, it's hard. You're not going to be in Alabama, in that area in particular, and forget about the Crimson Tide, because you're going to be reminded of it. It feels like every turn.
Yeah. Well, I was just going to bring that up. Before I'd even stepped foot into Bryant-Denny Stadium, we went and outside, is it the north or south end zone? I get my directions confused. There is a Monument Park with all their national championship coaches. So Bear Bryant, Gene Stallings, Dick Saban, and so on and so forth. And then you've got in the middle, you've got the team, all your national championship teams in the sidewalk, and your captains and the coach and the record and stuff like that. I mean, that's stuff like that where if you don't even get into the stadium or get to take the tour of the new facilities, you're able to take some pictures and be like, hey, I visited, Memorial Stadium. I know we didn't get inside the stadium, but they had enough stuff outside. Because now when you go to the stadium, you have the Bob Devaney statue that sits on the east side there, but a lot of people don't realize it's there. It kind of sits up inside the stadium. You got the Tom Osborne statue that sits outside the new facility. And then and then you got the Brooke Behringer, I guess that is the Brooke Behringer Tom Osborne statue that sits outside the new facility. And that's pretty much, and then I think the defensive statue where everybody's jumping on the ball or whatever. And then you go to Devaney, you got a lot of sidewalk there too. You got the John Cook statue. I mean, let's put up some more statues. I'm calling for more statues, more photo opportunities, just more of that. So when tourists come to town, because sometimes I think people forget, like, people come to Nebraska to see, they want to see Memorial Stadium. They want to see, the Devaney Sports Center. And if you have statues out there, if they're unable to get inside the arena, they're able to take their pictures, have the stadium in the background, the arena in the background. So yeah, I think it'd be cool. Like, I would love a Kent Pavelka statue with, with his two fists, outreach, like he's calling a game or just made a 3-pointer. And then you're able to, step on each side of him and take your picture. I mean, those are the best pictures.
Yeah, very cool. I think that one would be a hit. Trying to think of other poses. I think that might be the one though that you described. That'd be great. I And again, I think Lincoln does a good job of it. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm just like being kind of a beggar right now. I just want to be the best at it, and I want to see symbolism everywhere because I'm a bit of a diehard. But I can understand why, the mom out there who does not care about Husker football whatsoever doesn't want every slab of concrete littered with the sports history of the university. So, but around the stadium, like, absolutely, I want to see that, because when you drive up, especially if you're coming from the north side, I mean, the drive up to Link is awesome, right? You get Memorial Stadium on the left, you got the vault on the right, you can also see the Haymarket Park as well. Like, it's such a buildup of, like, we're in a sports city or sports town right now. There's the football stadium, there's the basketball stadium. You kind of want it to live up to it, because it feels like there's that big hit, and then you get into downtown, and then you kind of get detached from, like, the history and all the cool sports elements of it until you kind of really loop back around and get close to it. And even then, if it's not game day, unfortunately, there is some things, but not like a ton of things to go and look at.
Yeah, and like too, you got all that sidewalk on the south side there, PBA. Like, throw a few statues up in there. Memorial Stadium, I always said in the loop, inside the loop. I know they still tailgate inside there and stuff like that, and they have parking, but there you could throw statues up that could sit, around that area. It's like, I don't know. I'm big on statues. I think there should be more statues in Nebraska, like the John Cook statue. I mean, when I was back in Lincoln, when that first went up, that was one of the things that I told Tracy. I'm like, hey, we got to go over to the Vandy Sports Center and check out the new John Cook statue. So I got my picture with John Cook. It's like that, and that's me who, I've been around Nebraska for a ton of time. That shouldn't be something that, but it's like, hey, new statue, I'm gonna go check it out. So I think, and that'd be cool for when people come into town. It'd be like, hey, go check out the Kent Pavelka statue. Go check out the Pietkowski statue. Go check out the Tommy Frazier statue. Like a Tommy Frazier statue as he's breaking away on the run against Florida. I mean, that just seems like, the easy stuff. I mean, it's right out there for the picking. You have, your former, a Mike Rozier statue, Johnny the Jet Rod. I mean, Johnny the Jet.
Because Nebraska native. Like, who cares? People just want it. I don't care. Give it to me.
Well, look at all
the important moment. Just put it on you can't do statue, but I want to see it symbolized in some shape or form.
Well, look at all the pictures that Johnny Rodgers has taken where he's doing the Heisman pose. Why hasn't there been, we've had 3 Heisman Trophy winners. How in the world do you have 3 Heisman Trophy winners and not a statue? I mean, Oklahoma, they've got their Monument Park. Every Heisman Trophy winner's got a statue down there. It's like, I am pleading, I am begging with the University of Nebraska. Mr. Troy Dannon, if you are listening right now, I want more statues, please.
Well, Raff, you got some backup. You got Disc Golf Jake says, give me the Mecca for the roadies and get a Chris Raff statue.
Ooh, I don't know if we have enough statue material for a Chris Raff statue. That's a big statue, but I'm telling you what, I just think that you have so much opportunity. Volleyball statues. All the great volleyball players. It's a Monument Park. I mean, I just think that it's easy. I mean, I know you got to commission the statue builder, and I'm sure they're a little pricey, but man, I think they'd pay off in the long run, and it'd be a great tribute. Like how you have 3 Heisman Trophy winners and there's no statues for your Heisman Trophy winners. I mean, that to me is crazy. I mean, go down to Oklahoma, check out their Heisman Park, and then look at all the people that are taking their pictures and all the little kids that are getting their pictures with these statues. And they have no clue who some of these Heisman like Billy Sims for us, or I don't know. Have you heard of Billy Sims?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Lester Johnson talked about him all the time.
Okay, so but like you have these little kids that keeps those memories of those players going. That's like, hey, I got my picture taken with, oh gosh, the Mike Rozier statue. And then all of a sudden it's like, I want to play for Nebraska one day. I want to, have a statue like Mike Rozier. I want to have a statue like Johnny the Jet, Eric Crouch, throw one out, Tommy Frazier, some of the biggest games. Like you said, I don't know if the Ron Kellogg statue is going to happen or not, but hey, that statue's from Ron Kellogg, chucking the ball 50 yards to Jordan Westerkamp. I mean, it's just stuff. I don't know. I guess I
etch that into stone. Like, again, there's so many ways to do it. Like, I'm good with the statues. I think is great.
Yeah.
But if you can't do that, I just think, man, there is so much history and I mean, we're a school that prides ourselves on it. Like volleyball certainly has its own history that you could do stuff outside the bob. Like, you can't tell me there's not things you can do there. And it sounds like I'm criticizing being really harsh. Like, I would like to see more, but I'm not like harassing Troy Dana or the Board of Regents to get this done. But me personally, and I think for a lot of people, be nice to see. Even, we have the most all academic, what's it called? Why am I blanking on it? The academic
All-Americans.
All-Americans, thank you. Like, that's kind of a big deal that we've been able to rack up so many and for so long. A guy like Jordan Burroughs, like we don't have a Jordan Burroughs, maybe one of the best wrestlers ever, like possibly the GOAT, and we don't have a Jordan Burroughs statue. Like that's, or something. We have something, but that's kind of, we're dropping the ball on some of that stuff.
Well, I'll tell you what, this goes, we talk about Nebraska like that, but I'll say one thing. We talked about, the Broncos getting a new stadium. I always transition to the Broncos somehow, some way. But
yeah, you find a way.
But all these years, there's not a John Elway statue. At this new stadium, if there's not a John Elway statue at the new stadium, I riot, I picket, I do whatever. There needs to be a John Elway statue. And I talk with the same vigor for Nebraska. There needs to be a Tommy Frazier statue. There needs to be a Mike Rozier statue. There needs statues. We have plenty of cement. It's time for some statues. So, and put them, you can put them around, sprinkle them around the stadium. I mean, all the photo opportunities. And that saves when you have these families that come to Lincoln. It's like, oh, sorry, the stadium's closed today. We can't let you in. But we've got 13 statues around the stadium. Go get your picture taken with each one of them. And oh man, go big captain. I really like the idea of pushing the button on the Kent Pavelka statue and he makes a call. That's a great idea. I love that.
Yeah, I don't know what call I'd want to go for. Make room for Daddy. That one's pretty iconic. That one's hilarious from Kent Pavelka. Was that after we knocked Illinois on the road?
Yeah, it was one of those. I can't remember.
I think it was the Illinois game. We knocked down Illinois on the road. There was an argument for like Nebraska, I think, cracking in the top. Oh, it might have been 10 at that point. And you got Kent Pavelka. Make room for Daddy after taking down Illinois. And he's had so many great ones. So, yeah, if I could, you could add a button to have that one or maybe multiple of them in there. But it's crazy. Definitely with you. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the Miami Heat kind of going full circle here, put up a statue of Bam on a bio. What he did with 83 points. And, it's not like he was the most important part of that organization's history, but they'll honor it in some way because that is a crazy stat. And I do mean, like, they'll probably like have his jersey in there, or they'll have like somewhere you can read about the Bam Adebayo 83-point game with some little description and a photo, like just stuff like that. It doesn't have to cost thousands and thousands of dollars, but I want to walk around and I want, like, especially for a day like 2 days ago, Raff, like on a Sunday, I don't want those Hawkeyes walking around Lincoln feeling comfortable ever. I just want them to constantly be reminded of, like, this is how great Nebraska was when they did this. It's like, oh yeah, they also have the greatest wrestler all time in Jordan Burroughs. Oh, they also have one of the most dominant volleyball programs. There's a statue of Jordan Larson or whoever. You got Danny,
even like the 94 Orange Bowl.
Yeah, 100%.
Tom Osborne. You could put Tom Osborne, a statue of him on the shoulders of the players coming out, and then you're able to stand like almost like next to the players, like you're holding Tom Osborne up on your shoulders. I mean, there's so many cool things you can do with statues. I never even knew I love statues as much as I do, but when I walk around the camp, not even the camp, just I know it's not for everybody. That's why you have to keep it, around the football stadium, around Bob Devaney Sports Center, around PBA, but of these sports figures. And I want statues. I hope and I pray for more statues. I just think, I thought when they came out with the Nebraska Sports Hall of Fame, I think that's probably been like 10 years ago, maybe it was. Yep. I thought when they made that park, I thought maybe we were going to get a monument park with some statues, but they just kind of have the pillars with the plaque with the names on them, which that's great. But man, I think you're missing the boat. I think you have room down there for some statues. And like I said, it would be so great when you come to Lincoln and you're unable to get into the stadium, because I don't know what the access is anymore to get tours through the facilities. But when you come in,
the same where you can like walk in and go see the field, but you can't.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's it.
Into the actual stadium. It's just that one area you can kind of walk through and you get that ledge, but that's it.
Yeah. And I think that would be so cool to be like, hey, you can walk in, you can look at the field, but if you take a walk around the stadium, there's, 10 statues up around the stadium. You got, Coach Osborne on the shoulders. You can get your picture with that. You got Tommy Frazier breaking away with the run. You've got our 3 Heisman Trophy winners. You've got Dave Remington, where Dave Remington's down, the one where he's got the 2 hands on the football about ready to snap it. Either you can put Turner Gill like he's taking the snap, or you can be the quarterback, or you can be the defensive lineman going against them. So yeah, I've got ideas. So if anybody at the university is listening, I know I'm directing myself at Troy Dannon because he's the head man down there. But if anybody's listening with any power that can get statues and needs some statue ideas, I would be more than happy to loan my statue ideas, because I think a Dave Remington statue going head to head with him, or being Turner Gill, I mean, that right there, those are some cool things and some cool statues. Yeah, more statues. Come on, Nebraska. I believe in you.
I like it. I'm a little easier to work with. I get it. Just more symbolism. Doesn't have to be a bronze statue, but I would like seeing more symbolism. Obviously, selfishly, because I am a sports junkie, especially when it comes to Husker athletics. But, I think we could do a better job at it. Lincoln's not terrible at it. I think they do a pretty good job. Tell you what, the small towns certainly do a good job. The small towns, you won't go to one small town that doesn't have a Go Big Red something store, or the Big Red bar, the Big Red Stop and Shop, whatever it is. Like, you see the symbolism everywhere. At Lincoln, we could, I think, beef it up a little bit more, because again, I want the goal to be anybody who comes here, like, there's not really a whole lot of opportunities to forget that you're in the territory of the Huskers. I think that should be the goal of every college town, and Lincoln is certainly one of those. All right, Raff, we do got to throw it to break. What do you want to talk about in segment 3 before we go ahead and throw it to break?
Oh, I'm trying to think if we should go Nebraska football or if we should save that until tomorrow. Well, I guess tomorrow will be Boise State basketball, so we might have an abbreviated version. So let's talk NFL when we come back. I gotta talk about the news of the night. It's been pretty crazy in the NFL, so we can talk about that.
We'll talk that next. NFL coming up, and then of course we'll attach Raff's Good Take to wrap things up, all right here on 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com. We'll talk to you guys in a little bit.
Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill welcomes out-of-towners to Lincoln for state high school basketball and congratulates your schools on making it to the tournament. Your local bar is comfortable and you know the regulars. Find that experience at Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill, where it's a small-town feel with lots of space. Big groups are more than welcome, so come on by before or after your team plays to experience great food, great drinks, and great times, all at Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill, downtown at 10th and P.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years. from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
If one of the things running through your mind as a business owner is the recurring worry of possible cyber attacks, you can let out a sigh of relief. Hamilton Business Technologies has you covered. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and more to keep your data safe from harm. We care about the success of Nebraska businesses and communities like yours. Learn how we can help you at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
A good grade, a kind word, a new friend, or even trying something new. These are the victories worth celebrating. Hi, I'm Tim Royers, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. When parents celebrate effort at school, kids gain confidence. So keep encouraging them. Every small step they take is building a stronger path to success. Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Back to Raff's Good Take on Sports on 93.7 The Ticket. With all the good takes you need, here is your host, Chris Raff.
Welcome back in. Final segment, Raff's Good Take on Sports, 93.7 The Ticket. Chris Raff, let's talk some NFL. Free agency. Been a lot of chaos so far. Where do you want to start?
Max Crosby. Insane. This is wild. If you've not heard, the Max Crosby trade to the Ravens did not go through. The Ravens turned down the trade after he took a physical and failed a physical. So now the draft picks returned back to the Ravens. Max Crosby goes back.
Whoa. Wait, when did this happen? I missed this completely.
Now Max Crosby goes back to the Raiders. The trade.
Oh,
I mean, this is craziness. Like,
I'm sorry, Raff. Just repeat that all again. I did not know. Yeah, because it's funny. I was just talking to Nick Wyman, and I was like, we're talking about DeMornay Pearson. I'm like, yeah, he's been pretty spot on. I was like, he's, was right about Crosby not becoming a Chicago Bear, and he's the Ravens. And then Nick Wyman said, well, we'll see. And then the show started, and now you're telling me that the trade got denied or the Ravens denied it after he did his physical.
Yes.
Hey, that's not good.
This is wild in so many different ways, because that's one of the things you get in the the legal tampering period is you have the trades, but nothing is signed, sealed, and delivered until they, take the physical and do everything like this. So apparently he had that surgery or whatever, and the Ravens feel he's not far enough along. So they decided they failed him on the physical. So now he returns back to the Raiders. Ravens get their draft picks back like it never happened. But for the Ravens, this is bad for them because they could have maybe went after a different, defensive end or somebody else in free agency when all those guys, are pretty much signed with other teams. So now they lose out on an all pro defensive end, caliber defensive end, Max Crosby. But now you've got the Raiders who, if it happens, it happens to the Raiders. So recall the Raiders went out and signed a ton of free agents.
Yep.
Well, now you're taking back Max Crosby's contract. You thought you traded that away. So now they're going to have to get their cap people out and figure out, how to stay under the cap, adding Max Crosby's. I still think that somebody's going to come out there and trade for Max Crosby because, if you're Max Crosby, I know you left the Raiders and, said sentimental, you'd still like to retire there and stuff like that. But you'd pretty much been told by that team, like, hey, we're trading you. You're not in our plans for next year. So, there's a lot of things that were involved in this and, how it's all going to work out for. And if you're Max Crosby, it's like, can I go back and play for the Raiders? They traded me. They moved on from me. By all intents and purposes, they had took the draft picks and said, hey, good luck in Baltimore. And now you're going back to be a Raider again. There's got to be some weird feelings. This is one of those things where Tom Brady and Mark Davis are going to have to get together and either talk to him and try to smooth things out for him to return and stay a Raider. I guess he never was not a Raider now, but man, there's a lot of things that play into this. And I guess I don't care, but thankfully the Raiders, have, I think, the cap space to where they can, but man, they could have been in one of those predicaments where they might have had to go back to some of their free agents that they said they were signing and be like, hey, we're cap strapped. We're not going to be able to sign you now. So there's a lot of things that happen with Max Crosby returning back or the trade not going through.
Yeah, I don't know how, if you're the Raiders trying not to panic. So is there any way that the Ravens, like, if you restructured the deal a little bit, would they take it? Or is it just all
they turned it down completely. So it's completely dead in the water. So I guess the Ravens could come back and offer to trade. I was just reading that the Raiders have been contacted by other NFL teams, but now with this, you're not going to get, 2 first-round draft picks, I don't think, for Max Crosby. So the trade, the numbers in the trade are going to be less than what they expected. So
that's the triple whammy. That's a very unfortunate for the Raiders. I'm starting to actually feel bad for the Raiders.
I don't.
DeMarnie Pierce-Snell, he'll I'm sure talk about it the next hour.
Yeah, it's wild.
Not only do you go on from trading Crosby, so that gets canceled. So there's your first tough pill to swallow, and then there's also a reason for the physical evaluation. So that double the trouble because now his value is going to go down, even if you do find a new suitor, because that's not great on paper.
And you take the salary back.
Yeah, you take the salary back, and that's probably the most troublesome because you just signed all these free agents. Yeah. Yikes. That is a nightmare situation to be a part of right now, is anywhere near managing that roster, because it's, for anyone who watched the Raiders last year, not great, a lot of holes, needed some serious rehauling. And this is supposed to be the start of it. And step one blew up completely in your face. Not a great way to kick things off.
Yeah, it's wild. And then you got the Jets. They traded for Geno Smith. So it looks like he'll be their quarterback next year, which I'm sitting there going, sorry, I see another tank year for them, to get a great quarterback in the 27 draft. But now I'm thinking to myself, I don't see Aaron Glenn lasting 2 years with the Jets. So basically you're just going to be making room for the next coach, because I don't see how you keep him if he doesn't, make, marked improvement. But then you're bringing in Geno Smith, who, was pretty ineffective for the Raiders this past year. So I feel like you're just, from Justin Fields to Geno Smith, maybe a little bit of an upgrade, but I don't think it's going to make a difference in the Jets. I mean, they're a mess. So it's wild. And then I've heard that Kyler Murray has maybe been linked to signing with the Vikings possibly. So that's interesting. That's like, are they really? I mean, Kyler Murray is a good quarterback. He's shown some bright spots, but are you going to go away from JJ McCarthy year 2 already when you put so much stock into him to be your starter? So there are so many storylines. So we shall see.
Hold on, JJ McCarthy, or do you think that, like, how real do you think that story is?
Well,
I definitely see them moving on. JJ McCarthy scared me last year. Like I was a Vikings fan. I'm not sold at all.
But the way they went, getting rid of Sam Darnold the way that they did, it told me, it's like, okay, they're all in on JJ McCarthy. And now you're telling me that there's a chip, because if you bring in Kyler Murray, I don't think he's coming in to be a backup quarterback. He is wanting to compete for be the starting quarterback. So then you're telling JJ, it's like, hey, you're going to put you down in the wings for, a year or two, and then watch Kyler Murray come in and just tear the world up. And then JJ McCarthy goes from being the future or the franchise quarterback to maybe never being the starting quarterback at all for Minnesota again. I mean, the NFL, it's like a soap opera. There's so many twists and turns. So it's always interesting to see how it all transpires.
Well, one twist might save your franchise.
Yeah.
Like the Bears, the Bryce Young pick, like just that one trade. I mean, we turned that into everything. It's crazy. You go down the line. I mean, that's what led into, getting Odunze, getting Willie. Like we got so much off of that, and we're still reaping benefits off of it because we just traded again. I can't remember which one it's attached to, but I mean, it's kind of wild where these swings go and where they come from, and you don't always realize how big of a trade you made until 5 years down the road, and you kind of look at how many times that one trade kind of kept getting intertwined, and maybe you trade for more picks and whatnot, but absolute chaos. Raff, we only got a little bit of time here left. What is your good take?
All right, everybody. Today's Raff's good take goes out to my good friend, Jeff Barclay. It is his birthday today. Jeff is one of the most sincere, kindest, just a great person. It's always great getting to see him when I'm in town. Proud supporter of 93.7 The Ticket, what they do with the venue and all that stuff. Mr. Good Sense every Friday, things like that they've done for the Ticket. So Jeff, I just wanted to wish you a very happy birthday. Hope you've had a great day. I know that you will celebrate it at some point. You're an awesome dude. So happy birthday, and your Raff's good take.
Great one. I'm just going to go ahead and throw mine out to Jeff Essink. He took me to the Iowa game on Friday. So shout out to Jeff. That was a tough ticket to go and get. And I think his boy, Ben, had to work. So I was lucky enough to have a show, and he offered me the ticket. So I definitely took that. And Raff, we broke this. We did it for Jeff Essink.
Well, before the game started, I said, if Iowa wins, Jeff is permanently banned from all Nebraska versus Iowa competitions. If Nebraska wins, he can come back. And thankfully for you, you're able to pull it out in overtime. So well done. Your unbeaten streak outmatched Jeff's losing streak. So Jeff is able to attend Nebraska Iowa contests for at least for a little bit longer. So good job.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm not gonna lie, Raff, for a while there, as I hit the out music, like when we came back and I hit OT, it might have been the first time I gave Jeff like an actual mean look. I was like, this guy might really be a problem. Like I might need to tell him to get the hell out of the arena right now because it was not looking good. But of course, it worked out. He got to stay. The Huskers wanted to go on a big run in overtime to win it. We beat the Iowa Hawkeyes, and we all clapped and celebrate. That's fantastic. They just got the Big Ten tournament coming up here next, but we got the Morning Pure Snell coming up next on 93.7 The Ticket. That is Chris Raff. I am Harrison Darns. Appreciate everybody listening. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial.